we all need media coverage. I want you to give some tips about how people can level up their visibility to get media coverage. You
Okay.
want to tell us about why you chose these, or how people can gain the attention of the media? You go. We're here to listen.
I always like the little guy. I like to promote the small press. I like to see what people are doing. One of my favorite things going back to New York Comic Con is walking around Artist Alley and finding that one or two, that those tables where they're not the most famous person, because there are some big names that do Artist Alley at the bigger shows, and that's fine. And I like talking to them too, but I like looking for the little guy. I like seeing the smaller table who has, self-published stuff on there that might not be getting the same amount of attention. And what I would do is I would pick like 2 or 3 at a show, and I would say, hey, I'm from the Beat, I want to, and I do like a little Comic-Con roundup where I promote a couple of these smaller guys. And they're always so grateful, and they're always so like, oh my God, because someone's paying attention to their work. And especially in a bigger show, is a lot going on down in Artist Alley, right? So what I started to do is also, if like I would see people that kind of I like their style or they had a good idea, I would leave them my information, and I would say, why don't you send me an email, give me some of your stuff, and I could see what I could do, work on some coverage. I have this column, this and that. As the column started to get more popular, I had a lot of people just emailing me cold and going, hey, I have this comic book. I would love to get some coverage on the Beat. Like, what do you think? I can't put everything up, but if I see something that's interesting or that has like a cool art style, or the story has a cool spin to it, or an interesting, original idea, I'll email them back and be like, hey, I really like this. Let's talk about coverage. Like, can you give us a preview? Can you give me some samples? Like things like that. And then I try to promote them as much as possible. If it's a Kickstarter or if it's just on their website, I try to make sure all of those links are in there so that if people read the article, they can support that artist in any way that they can.